It's 11:24 and p.m. My first night of being an Uber driver. And to give you a little background, a little backstory, I'm in sales during the day and just haven't quite hit my quotas. So Christmas is coming. It's November the 14th, 2016, and thought about getting a part-time job, doing some holiday work for retail, and kind of thought about it and decided that I really didn't want to do retail. Never really been done retail, and I knew with the Christmas holidays coming up that I would have to inevitably work a lot and be away from my family. So I thought, why not try Uber? So it's Monday, and I seriously signed up for Uber Sunday. So 24 hours ago, I got on the website, I signed in, I did my background check. This morning, I actually uploaded all my vehicle documents, and by this afternoon, probably 5 hours later, I was approved to be an Uber driver. So with no idea really what to expect, I went out tonight for the first time, and I had one fare. And I watched some YouTube videos, and they said, people giving good advice. They said, don't drive around, go park somewhere, wait for the fares. You're wasting your gas, you're wasting your time. So I heeded that advice. I went to a local gas station that has free Wi-Fi, and I just parked in the parking lot, and I waited. And I waited probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half for my first fare. Nice guys, business guys in town for a convention. And I don't think I mentioned, but I'm Ubering in Greensboro, North Carolina. So not really a hot spot. We're not in LA, we're not in Las Vegas. Heck, we're not even Charlotte. Charlotte Ubering is probably, pretty lucrative. But so took my first fare, made my first Uber mistake. So I was so nervous about what to do and making a good first impression that I didn't start the fare. So with Uber, when it's a great app. You get there, you let your rider know that you're there. So I waited a few minutes. They came out to check, saw I was there, got all their group together, came out and got my vehicle. And I was kind of making chit chat and forgot to start my fare until I was almost to their destination. So you have to slide to start the fare. So I didn't. And with Uber, their app, I thought maybe I could go back and say, hey, well, I didn't start the fare. What I tried to do was start it immediately when I realized I hadn't started it, but I was almost in the parking lot of their hotel. And it said that it was too short of a fare to the destination, that it couldn't authorize that. So after I loaded my passengers, I tried to correct it. I dug through and tried to get the app to do what I wanted to do, and instead it canceled the fare. So I got the minimum. I'm not really sure how this worked, but I got the minimum of $5. It was probably, I only probably went maybe 4 miles for this fare. It wasn't a very long trip, but I probably waited at the restaurant for 4 or 5 minutes for the patrons to come out. But still, and being it's my first night, I don't know if that was going to be a $10 fare or $15 fare or a $5 fare, but It was a $5. It ended up being a $5 fare, and Uber got their cut, so I made $3.75 tonight. After I dropped them off, I went. Excuse me, allergies are bothering me. After I went and dropped them off, I went to another location and sat. And my thought was, I'm trying to stay very close to the airport, the international airport here in Greensboro, but I wasn't getting any hits. And finally I got a hit, and I accepted the fare. It was only probably a 4-minute drive to pick up the fare. Before I could even get out of the parking lot, they had canceled it. So I don't know if they did that in accident or if they decided they didn't want to Uber anymore. I don't know. But so that kind of made me wonder. I pulled up the actual Uber app, not the Uber driver app, but I pulled up the actual Uber app and just to see what my competition was in the area, and there was probably about 4 or 5 vehicles in the area just waiting for a fare. So it's a Monday night. I guess there's not a lot of people out partying and all that on a Monday night. I guess people are still recovering from the weekend. I did try to position myself. I was actually close to 2 strip clubs, and I was thinking that would probably be a good place to pick up fares. I got nothing off of them. I mean, I was within walking distance to one, and the other one was probably a 60-second drive. So nothing. But I called it quits at about 11:30. I still have a 9-to-5 job that I have to go to in the morning, and as this progresses, I may decide to stay up a little bit later to try to get those midnight 1 o'clock fares. I gotta see if it's gonna be lucrative for me. So, but yeah, I mean, just learning as I go. YouTube's been a wonderful thing for me, just getting the feel, the lay of the land. But it's still, you got to figure it out for yourself, because most people on YouTube are in LA or New York or Las Vegas, and they can give you some great advice for an Uber driver in a place that has that big of a population density. But here in Greensboro, North Carolina, it's not quite as bustling. But we do have a pretty good nightlife on the weekends, so I'm going to probably Uber tomorrow when I get off work, see how that works out for me, and then I will probably wait until Friday night, and then I will drive to downtown Greensboro and try to pick up some fares then. So I will update this. I figured this was a good testimony, so I'm going to try to upload this to a YouTube page. My thoughts for a name is my so-called Uber life, or my life with Uber, or I'm sure there's the ones that have already been taken, but I'm going to try to find something clever and funny. And so anyway, I hope you subscribe. I hope you join along for this ride. I don't know how long it's going to last. My thought was just to earn some Christmas money, but if this becomes fairly lucrative, I might stick with it for a while. So it never hurts to have some extra money, pay for bills, pay off some debt. All just ideas until my sales quotas start coming in. So anyway, have any questions? Leave me a comment. Tomorrow night I plan on doing a video, basically. If I have some downtime, which I imagine I will, I'll do a video about what I'm driving and just kind of give you my thoughts on that. So anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching.